Hi, y'all. You are watching Country Music News with Aubree-Anna, and guess what? I'm your host, Aubree-Anna. Well, we have a fantastic show for you today. We will be discussing top music charts, the Texas regional radio charts, as well as the latest that's going on in Nashville. Everything positive country music news. Also, the heart of the show is when we take the time to focus on country music artists and how they give back to the community. We are happy to highlight important causes for charitable organizations that are making a difference in the world. Today we have in the studio the incredibly talented Chevelle Shepherd, winner of the Voice TV Show 2018. Chevelle will be discussing her big cause, Musicians on Call, and how she's used her platform to give back during COVID-19. We sometimes like to play games on this show, so today we're having you guess a mystery artist, and we will give clues throughout the show. First clue, she was a part of a singing group with her siblings, got a recording deal in 1974, and one is the world's most successful country music recording artists. Do you know the answer? If not, stay tuned. That's okay. We'll have more clues. Also, you don't want to miss this show. And now for some positive country music news brought to you by Grayson Johns Real Estate Specialists. To ye or not to ye? The fall line of Granger Smith's Yee Yee apparel launched recently. The collection features 31 new products, including tees, pullovers, custom women's ball caps, yes, and camo neck gaiters. The Smith brothers, Granger, Tyler, and Parker, have donated more than $230,000, you guys, to charities and have chosen Veteran Outdoors for the fall launch. From humble beginnings as a family-run storefront to over 200 stores and 33 states, Boot Barn epitomizes the American dream of hard work, honesty, and value. Not only do they have super stylish clothes, but they are also a very charitable organization, including their very own Bootstraps Fund. This fund was created to provide assistance to Boot Barn colleagues, teammates, and coworkers who have been experiencing financial hardship as a result of the sudden emergencies. The fund is an employee-operated, employee-supported charity where every dollar donated will go to an employee in need. Now we're going to announce the top 3 downloaded country songs courtesy of CountryAirCheck.com and brought to you by Ava Pro Cosmetics. Discover a stunning you. So at number 3, Jason Aldean. Got What I Got. He actually moved from number 4 position. Number 2, Luke Combs, Lovin' on You. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Luke Combs, his first single was Hurricane. That was actually supposed to be released on his first EP, but instead he spent all the money to release that. It became a big hit. And at number 1 is Lee Brice, One of Them Girls. And now for some other great country music news. Big Machine label group Senior Vice President A&R Allison Jones has been elevated to Executive Vice President and continues leading A&R for the company's roster. Jones joined BMLG in 2008 and was elevated to her most recent post in 2013. Her prior career experience includes Universal, Giant, B&A, and DreamWorks, where she and BMLG President CEO Scott Borchetta were part of the original team. That's pretty interesting, in 1997. A drama based on Blake Shelton's God's Country is being developed by NBC. It actually has a script commitment. Shelton has signed on as executive producer alongside Gary Scott Thompson. God's Country shares the story of a hardworking Midwestern farm family whose patriarch dies mysteriously in a car accident, leaving his grown children to discover he was keeping a devastating secret they could never have imagined. Can't wait for that. And now for the songs on the T3R charts, brought to you by Zuccato's Restaurant. Number 3 on the T3Rs is Poor by William Clark Green. For those of you who don't know, this is an interesting fact. At only 7th grade, William Clark Green began writing songs with his cousin and learning guitar. Imagine that. That's so young. Number 2 is Whisper My Name, Aaron Watson. And at number 1 is Meet in the Middle, Stoney LaRue and Tanya Tucker. All right, now let's check in with Rachel Stacy on what new music video is airing on TCN. Take it away, Rachel.
Hey, Aubree-Anna, how are you doing, girl? This is the new top video playing on TCN.
And on a front step, a girl like that, and a tan like this, yeah, she could have her pick. But when she climbs inside, slides up tight, says, baby, I ain't nothing but yours tonight. I'm like the only wheels rolling, the only pot going, the only neon glowing. Like I'm the only radio playing her song on the shotgun seat with a back road window rolled down.
Thank you, Rachel, so much for sharing that song. We appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, girl. I am so excited to introduce to you our special guest today, Miss Chevelle Shepard. She was raised in La Plata, New Mexico, and it's just outside of Farmington, a little small town. Chevelle can't remember a time when she wasn't singing. Chevelle is season 15 winner of the NBC TV show The Voice. Her coach, Kelly Clarkson, actually took Chevelle as her +1 to the 2019 ACM Awards. And last year, Chevelle joined Eddie Montgomery and Blackstone Cherry in singing the Professional Bull Riders' new anthem, Be Cowboy. Most recently, she released a heartfelt single. I love this song. It's titled The Letter, a song off her soon-to-be-released EP. And during these trying times, she has taken the time to virtually perform for patients in hospitals. So I am really excited. Hello, Chevelle. Thank you so much for joining us from New Mexico.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
Well, we're honored to have you here. Thank you for coming on just to have a little chat. And, you know, I was saying earlier, I really loved you from the moment that you stepped on the Voice stage. And unlike the judges, I could see you. And I was just like, man, this little girl, she's so young and beautiful. And how does she have such a mature voice? I mean, it's just incredible, incredible. So for those of you out there who may not know about Chevelle's upbringing, Chevelle, I would love for you to tell folks out there, you know, how you got your start, where you're from. How old were you when you first started singing?
So I grew up in New Mexico, and I started singing when I was 2, since I could speak. And my sister sang and my mom sang, and my mom also played the piano. And so I grew up around music and just fell in love with it. And I think the first song that I ever learned was Carrie Underwood's song. And I just practiced and kept singing. And my very first performance in front of any audience, I was 4. And it was a competition in Farmington. It was like Four Corners Idol or something like that, Farmington Idol. And they wouldn't actually let me enter because I was too young, but I sang a Cinderella song. And after that, I just started singing like at rodeos, and I started singing on the radio when I was 8 years old. I'd go in before my first class in school every Friday. I'd learn a new song, and my parents would take me. And I remember all the kids from school, they'd go, I can hear you, we're on the bus right now. They'd call me on the phone. And so I just fell in love with music from a very young age and knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I auditioned for The Voice, and here we are. It's crazy. It feels like a very, very long journey, but it's been really fun.
Well, that's awesome. I saw a picture of you when you were just a little girl in, I guess, a radio station or a recording studio or something, and you were doing your thing. And I just thought, how incredible is that for you to be able to know at such a young age and to have such a great opportunity? And you really, I think, were, if not the youngest, you were one of the youngest contestants to actually be on The Voice and win. So that's just incredible. And I'm sure, how was that like going back to your high school when after you won The Voice? Like, what did people say at your little Farmington high school? Were they just in shock and awe? Did they have a parade? What happened?
So as soon as I got home from winning The Voice, they had a parade. But after the blind auditions aired and I was actually in school and going up to the classes until they transferred them all online, everyone was super excited. It was a really cool experience. I don't know, I was bullied in school a lot. And so going back and seeing, there were some people that were really, really nice, but there were also some people that were mean. But it was a good experience. All the teachers were really proud, and it was cool being from such a small town in New Mexico to put New Mexico on the map.
Well, that's a really neat story, and thank you for sharing that, because we do need to stop the bullying has gone from just regular things that happen in school to cyber and social media bullying and things like that, and for you to have the platform that you do to say, look at me, like I can go on this stage. And I think music is such a joiner of everybody, like it joins everybody together. So for you to be able to stand there and say, hey, this is me, and this is my talent, and that's got to be an encouragement to others that may have been bullied or have problems in school. So, well, hey, Chevelle, will you stick around? We're going to take a real quick break, and we've got so much more to talk about. So will you hang out with us a little bit more?
Yes, of course.
All right, awesome. You guys, we'll be right back. You do not want to miss this show.
She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Imagine diving into the biggest closet in the world, packed with your favorite brands and styles at unbelievable prices. Welcome to ThredUp, the world's largest online thrift store. With over 50,000 new items every day at unbeatable prices. Madewell from $9, Anthropologie from $13, Coach from $25, Nike from $6. From these racks right to your door. Check out the app and see for yourself. Enter code NEW for up to an extra 50% off your first order at thredup.com.
Introducing Tonal, an entire gym and personal trainer that fits beautifully into your home. Tonal combines expert coaching with 200 pounds of digital weight. Learn more at tonal.com.
What's the most important factor for determining a coin's value? Rarity. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity. When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns, 240,000 emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in Philadelphia for 13 days only. And that makes these coins, with the P-Mint attribution, the second rarest coin in the entire American Eagle bullion coin series. This extraordinary coin is now available, but only for a limited time. Just call govmint.com at 1-800-482-6991. To learn more about these emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins, call 1-800-482-6991. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-482-6991 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-482-6991.
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner. It's how Smile Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth. Wear them as directed and you'll get a smile you love for less than $3 a day. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Enter the magical world of Best Fiends. Collect tons of cute characters, solve thousands of fiendishly fun puzzles, and play with your friends and family too. Find out why this 5-star rated app has been downloaded over 100 million times. Best Fiends is bigger, better, and more fun than ever. Download Best Fiends for free today. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Welcome back, everyone. We are super excited. We are going to give you the second clue to our mystery artist. She received the National Artistic Achievement Award in 2010. Did you guess it yet? If not, that's okay. We'll let you know in just a little bit. So again, we are so honored to have joining us in the studio today, Chevelle Shepherd. We got to hear a little bit about her start and her inspiration, and a little bit about the early beginnings in music. So Chevelle, I've always been fascinated on where your love for classic country comes from, such as one of your favorite female artists, mine too, by the way, Loretta Lynn. Do you remember when this influence started or how you came across these amazing classic artists?
Yes, so I grew up listening to, I say, the best of both worlds. My mom loves country music, classic country music, and my dad loves classic rock. So growing up, I listened to both of those, and I just remember sitting in the car with my mom, and she'd play all these old country CDs that she has. And I just fell in love with that. And so once it was like available for streaming and I had my own phone and everything, I just downloaded all of the classic country music, and that's all I listened to. I just fell in love with it from listening with my parents.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that too. I know that that was one of the huge amazement factors, I guess, for everyone who was watching you. And even Kelly Clarkson, I believe, said that you reminded her of Dolly Parton a little bit. So what a great comparison to be compared to the iconic Miss Dolly. So we have some mutual friends, by the way, Julie Wood Vassar and Kellis Collins, whom I just love, and I know you do too. And they actually wrote your latest single, The Letter, and this song is so touching, not only for those who have lost a mother, but also for anyone needing hope. So can you tell me your experience first hearing this song and why you even chose to record it?
I remember Kellis sent me a bunch of songs that she had written, and I came across this one in my emails, and I was in the car with my mom actually, and I had my phone Bluetoothed and I was listening to it, and my mom started crying the first time she heard it, and I think wherever we were headed, we listened to it the whole way there, and I just fell in love with the story and the lyrics, and it starts off sad, the song does, and it builds up and shows so much hope and light, and tells you to not give up, and it's so much different from every other song I have on my EP, and I love that. It's very somber and soft, and I think that the message is just beautiful, and I think that that's what people really need to hear.
I do too. I mean, it's don't give up right before the miracle. I mean, what a timely song for everything we've been going through as a country here and with COVID-19 and you know, there's just been a lot of people lose their loved ones every day too, and I think it's just great. And your voice sounds beautiful on it, so I'm so glad that you actually were able to get this song. And speaking of the song The Letter, there was a wonderful music video that was put together for it, and it was really touching. I cried when I saw it. It was really neat to have the other girl like sing on part of it. Can you tell us how that came about, and was this a friend of yours, or who participated in this music video?
Yes, so I really had wanted to make a music video. This is my very first one that I have ever made in my whole entire life, so it's very special to me. My fiddle player is friends with a guy locally, and he is a film director, and so I got connected to him through my fiddle player. And then the little girl that I got involved is a close friend of ours. Her parents are my photographers, and so whenever I talked to her about it, she had never acted before in her life, and I had to ask her, I said, can you cry in the music video because the story is sad? And whenever I was talking to her, she started talking about something that made her sad, and she started bawling her eyes out. So I was like, she's perfect for it. And I thought I like to get people that are local involved in what I do, because I like to give back to people. And New Mexico did so much for me, and I just want to give back to them. And so everyone that was involved in the music video is close to me. So I fell in love with the story and the storyline that the director came up with for the music video, and thought that it really portrayed the story and just made it even more beautiful.
Well, it really was, Chevelle. And talking about giving back and your heart to give back, I have just heard so many stories from those that are closest to you that you and your family, you guys have hearts of gold. And you recently took, to these uncertain times to set up a free virtual concert for patients at your local hospital, which I thought was really neat. It's needed anyway, and during these times especially. So can you please tell the audience about that experience and what you actually did and how that helped others in your community?
Yeah, so I really wanted to get back to the people that were in the hospital, because right now with COVID-19, all the doctors are working hard, all the nurses, all the hospital staff, and all the patients, they're in there alone. They don't have anybody that can come in and see them because of the regulations. And so I really felt for them. My mom actually got admitted to the hospital during all of this. She had transient global amnesia, which made her lose her memory for 10 years. She thought it was 2010, and she had no idea that there was a global pandemic. So she was in the hospital alone, and we couldn't go see her. So I really felt that really touched my heart. And I really wanted to give back to the people in the hospital that were all alone and let them know that we're all out here and we're all supporting them and we're all here for them and they're going to get through it.
Oh wow, that's incredible. And your mom, is she okay now? Did her memory come back? How is she right now?
Yes, her memory came back and she's doing a lot better. She still gets headaches sometimes, but other than that, she's doing really good, and I'm very thankful.
Well, I know she's, you guys are very, very close. Your family's really close. So I'm glad to hear that she's okay. And I'm sure she really appreciates your support there, and as well as all the patients, because that can be a lonely place to be. And especially now with the visitors and not being able to go visit in hospitals, I'm sure they just really embraced your music and your voice. So thank you for telling us about that. And you also were involved with an organization that has been around a long time called Musicians on Call, and they do incredible things. So tell us what it was like participating with that, and during COVID-19 and any other time you've done something with them. What is it like to be a part of that?
It was really fun and really inspiring. I think music is the food of the soul, and I think it can heal people in a lot of different ways. And so whenever I did Musicians on Call, I had my band with me, and we performed quite a few songs for them, and I got to answer some questions. And even though it wasn't in person, I think it was really cool because music, even if it's not live and in person, it still touches people. And that's what I want to do. I want my music to reach people and heal them in whatever they may need.
And it will, Chevelle. It really will. And especially since you have the heart for that. And music, like you said, is an international healer. And I'm sure everyone appreciates that, including myself. So thank you for being a part of that. And thank you for using your platform to give back to your community, because, you're right. Not only New Mexico has done so much for you, but, it's just really neat to be able to continue to give back and be a part of that. So you can also be an encouragement to so many other artists who might need to hear that message as well. So please tell us what's next for you. I know you've got the EP coming out. You released the single, The Letter. What else do you have going on? When will this be out? What can we expect from you next?
Well, I actually just finished filming my second music video for one of my other songs called Just Like the Circus. And that and the rest of the songs on my EP are going to be released October 23rd. So that's really exciting. So that means my whole EP will be out. And then the day after all that music is released, I have a drive-in concert that I'm actually doing in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And this is going to be my first live show since February, so I'm really excited. And I'm just really excited for all my music to finally be out because I worked so hard on it. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I love to perform, so I'm excited to get back to it.
Oh, wow. I'm super excited about that. Wow. So you have a drive-in theater thing happening you said New Mexico, correct?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's going to be really, really neat. I've been hearing a lot about that during COVID-19, especially all these drive-through concerts, but that's going to be amazing for you to be back on stage again. So way to go. I'm excited. I can't wait for the EP to come out. That's going to be great music, great voice, and you have brought that classic country style back while making it just your own. So thank you for doing that, and thank you again for giving back to your community. I have one question for you. Besides the fact about our hair that is similar, you're my sister. Oh my gosh, I love your hair, by the way. Did you ever try to straighten your hair, or do you keep it curly? Just a little curly girl question.
So I used to straighten it all the time when I was in middle school, but I learned to love it and I figured out how to do it so that it wasn't all super frizzy and weird. So I actually love my curls now. And the last time I straightened it, I was actually on The Voice, and everyone thought I went home because they were so used to my curls. They were like, "What happened to Chevelle? She's not on The Voice anymore." So I haven't straightened my hair since.
You know what? I feel you. When you have curly hair and that's your staple, people don't recognize you at all. And it's fun because when you have curly hair, we always want what we don't have, right? So we try to change the style up, but then it's like people don't recognize you. Well, I'm glad you're owning your curls and you've learned how to work with it in different weather, I'm sure, but it looks beautiful on you. So I have one more question for you though, is if you could be any superhero, which one would you be and why?
My favorite superhero is Iron Man, so I'd probably want to be him because he perseveres and he doesn't give up no matter what goes on. And I think he's just really cool.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. Yeah, persevering is key. I'm going to keep that in mind next time. I'm always saying Wonder Woman, but I like Iron Man too. Well, I want to say thank you so much again, Chevelle. You have been just a joy, an honor. I wish we were together like on camera because I'm 5'10" and you're how tall?
I'm 4'11".
4'11". So we would be like Jack and the Beanstalk. But I'm sure we'd be great friends. But I want to thank you so much again for coming on the show and just say hello to your family for me. I'm glad everyone's doing good. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And I hope to meet you in person soon. And we can share our curly hair tips with each other.
Me too. I want to give you a big old hug. So thank you, Chevelle. All right, and now for the reveal of our mystery artist this week. It is international country superstar who paved the way for so many female country artists, Miss Reba McEntire. And everybody, thank you so much for watching Country Music News with Aubree-Anna. We just have had a wonderful time today. Thank you to our wonderful and talented guest, Chevelle Shepherd. Please check out her new music, her website, and follow everything that's going on with her on social media. We look forward to seeing you again next week for more positive country music news and discover more artists that are using their platform to give back to the community. Remember to take the time to do something nice for someone today. Whether it's an encouraging word, a smile, a hug, we all need a little love. Until next time. Bye-bye.